Hi, everyone, and welcome back to PSW Podcast. My name is Miranda Romanovic. I'm the CEO of the Ontario PSW Association. And today I'm joined by Ketcher Stolp, who is the lead autism advocate for the Mental Health Community Support, which is a division of the Ontario PSW Association. Ketcher, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So to get things kind of started, let's talk a little bit about what is the mental health community support and what is the focus of the MHCS.
MHCS is an organization hoping to help those with autism, specifically those of elder stature.
So at the MHCS, you guys have a lot of things going on. And like you just said, your focus is really on the, older teenagers, young adults, older adults on the autism spectrum. And so, Ketcher, can you tell us a bit about yourself and why your role at MHCS is lead autism advocate?
Oh, well, I was diagnosed with Asperger's at age 8. So to say that I know autism is like saying how a bird knows how to fly. Uh, I worked hard to be the autism advocate. I've gone through a lot. I've studied a lot, and it's become my ultimate dream to help those with autism.
I think that's wonderful. And that's why you were really chosen. I mean, other than the fact that you're my oldest child, and that's just for transparency reasons as well for this podcast, as Ketcher is my oldest son. It was always your dream to be an advocate. And for many of the PSWs that are going to be listening to this, they have been familiar with your kind of growth into that advocacy role over the last 10 years, really, truthfully, especially on the OPSWA platform. So we're happy to have you, Ketcher. So one of the biggest things that MHCS does, and I think is the most important thing that you guys do, is the free aspect. So Ketcher, how important is it to people, especially those in the autism spectrum, to have the choice to come out to our support groups over Zoom and interact with people that also have autism, but that it's a free support group? How much do you think that impacts your community?
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. It's giving us a place to meet, a place to commune, a place to connect. It's one of my favorite parts of MHCS.
Have you seen a lot of change and a lot of growth in the people since they started coming out to these support groups
Yes,
from July? Yeah,
undoubtedly.
yeah,
I've
yeah. Well,
seen people crawl out of their shell and become someone completely different on these calls.
do you think this is a place where they don't have to mask, where you can actually be yourself as an autistic young adult or
Oh,
adult?
yeah. Just leave your mask at the door.
I think that's great. I think that's great. So the individual that runs these support groups, her name is Janet Murphy, and Janet is Ketcher's colleague, and also we like to call her his second mom a little bit because Janet's been with us for a very long time and has known Ketcher since you were what, 10 years old?
About 10, yes. 10,
Yeah.
11.
11, and is very versed in autism. And Janet runs these support groups every week. I think Mondays is the adults 30 and over, but of course anybody can join those. And what Wednesdays, Ketcher is 18 plus. That you can also join. These are bigger groups. I mean, these support groups, Ketcher, they went from like 3 people to now, how many did we have last night on our autism support group?
Around 10 to 12.
Yeah, it was a big number, and lots of really great conversation and a lot of learning stuff. It's really a great platform to be on. So Ketcher, is there anything that you would like to share with anyone out there that is on the autism spectrum that, feels kind of hesitant in order to join? And I might want to point out before you do that starting tomorrow night on the MHCS platform, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, one-shot games every Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. and they fill up fast. So make sure that you pay attention and you kind of tune in and you sign up as soon as you see it. Right, Ketch?
Right.
So what is your message to those individuals that are hesitant to join, to come out to these support groups? And what is your message to them? What do you want them to know?
To be hesitant is to be normal. To be honest, even when I first started doing this, I was hesitant. You know, the meetings, be it big or small, can get really overwhelming very quickly. You know, probably not as much as it used to. But my message is that you're welcome here. You know, you don't even need to talk or have your camera on. You can just talk into the chat. If that is what makes you feel comfortable, then do it. That's simple. We're open for everyone, no matter what race, what color, what gender, what species. You know, we accept. You could be an alien from like Cyrus 8 and I'd be totally okay.
Well, I think you just showed that everybody and anybody is welcome. And I just want to point out that everything through the MHCS is free of charge. So we don't charge you to come. We don't charge you for supporting you, for accessing our resources. The MHCS is free. So I guess, Ketch, that's pretty much what lays out. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we end this PSW podcast?
Nothing much besides I hope everyone listening to have a great day or evening or night shift.
Thanks, Ketcher. And also, too, so everyone's aware, we might have a new PSW in our ranks. Ketcher's looking at taking the personal support worker program starting very soon. So keep your eyes peeled. And if you need us, if you need supports, if you know anyone that needs supports, please reach out to Janet and Ketcher at the Mental Health Community Support, the MHCS, which is through the Ontario Personal Support Workers Association. Ketcher, thank you very much for joining me on this PSW podcast this morning. And for everyone else, remember, all information about us is at www.opswa.ca, or you can find us on Facebook under Ontario PSW Association or on Facebook for MHCS. So we hope to see you guys there. Take care. And remember, PSWs make a difference. And with that, I'm going to say, OPSWA out.